Very interesting speech. Let's watch. Let's go. Oh, before we start, let's do this. Okay. Great stuff. Let's go. It's done. Appreciate it.
To the President of the Republic of Burkina Faso, subject, I hereby express my sincere and unwavering support for the Burkinabe people and its leaders. My dear President Ibrahim Traore, through this letter, I wish to add my voice to those of the African peoples and diasporas who have said, do not touch President Ibrahim Traore. My dear President Ibrahim Traore, through my letter, I denounce the war imposed on your country, as well as on Mali and Niger, through the manipulation of terrorists and separatists by imperialism, because the peoples of these three countries want to free themselves from the neo-colonial oppression of imperialism. With this letter, my dear President Ibrahim Traore, I want to say that I distinguish between soldiers manipulated by imperialism against their own people, and soldiers who bring about the mobilization of the people against neo-colonial regimes. Imperialism has supported coups and military juntas serving its interests in all corners of the world, and has the audacity to tell the people not to support soldiers who are completing the mobilizations of their people, who want true independence, sovereignty for their country, and an end to poverty, unemployment, illiteracy, and so on. This was the case with Comrade Thomas Sankara, the African pioneer who carried forward popular struggles through the military faction of the Burkinabe people. My dear President Ibrahim Traore, this hypocritical duplicity of the imperialists and their media will not prevail. In reality, since the assassination of the hero martyr Sankara, the Burkinabe people have put an end to decades of neo-colonial coups led by civilian juntas, lackeys of imperialism. My dear President Ibrahim Traore, I conclude my letter, which I hope to finish in your presence one of these days, by expressing my wishes for victory in the second phase of Africa's anti-neo-colonial liberation currently underway in Burkina Faso, as well as in Mali, Niger, and Senegal. My prayers and encouragement go with the brave people of the land of upright men. Marius Sagna, African from Senegal. But as I said, who ousted Salvador Allende, who was democratically elected by the Chilean people? A coup d'etat led by Pinochet, which was supported by other democratically elected presidents of Chile, wanted to govern Chile in a way that put Chileans first and not have Chile's resources serve imperialism. For the interest, Allende was democratically elected, but when Blaise Compaoré assassinated our comrade, brother, and Captain Thomas Sankara, so today, when these same imperialists denounce a military coup in Burkina, it means that we are being called out, and as citizens, we cannot simply say that we automatically reject all coups d'etat. Yes, I say it and I stand by it clearly. When in a country, all the doors, windows, and even the smallest openings are closed, everything is shut, and a portion of the people say, okay, to get out of this, I will take the path of a military coup if all the doors are closed. Who are you to tell the Burkinabe people? These are the acceptable ways, and these are the unacceptable ways to escape unemployment, to escape irregular migration, to escape poverty, to escape illiteracy, to escape disease, to escape terrorism. Who are you? What was his name? When Mobutu carried out a coup d'etat against Lumumba, he was supported by Western powers, Belgium, the United States, so the coup against Lumumba could be carried out. So it would be completed before pretending to act. Frantz Fanon, by the way, at the time, wrote a text to praise Lumumba's courage. So coup d'etat in Africa and elsewhere in Africa have been regularly supported. But in Central Africa, hasn't there been a coup that was blessed? One or even two coups, in fact, that were blessed. But when imperialism blesses some coups and criticizes other military coups, it calls on us to exercise real discernment. And a military coup that doesn't serve the interests of imperialists, no need to have gone to the Sorbonne or Harvard to know that such a military coup aligns with the interests of the people. Now, yes, each country has its own experience. Senegal, for example, has an experience where popular mobilization was able to lead through the ballot box to the rejection of a regime that was a puppet, a lackey, a servant of imperialism. But in another country, it's a different experience, it's a different reality. What should have been done? Let those in power keep killing them, continue shooting at citizens. Yes, a faction of the armed people said, no, I will take responsibility. No one would have wished for this. But what was the alternative? I believe I have discussed this aspect at length in Wolof. And even if you don't understand Wolof, you must have heard it in Wolof. I think it was important to talk about it a bit in French as well, because our role is to deconstruct all the big lies. It's about deconstructing the narratives of all those who want to cloud the minds of our people. All coup d'etat. How did Thomas Sankara come to power? And today, he is the icon of all African youth, or at least one of the icons. So, Hugo Chavez, how did he come to power? Castro, he came, how did they come to power in Cuba? If imperialism shows discernment by saying good coup d'etat, bad coup d'etat, we as citizens must have intelligence to exercise discernment while we wait to achieve what we want. Yes, because under normal conditions of temperature and pressure, under NTP, as we used to say in school, yes, the military belongs in the barracks. But in Burkina, we are not in normal conditions of temperature and pressure. And that we need to understand. Those who don't understand should go to Sahel, Burkina, and face terrorists. And I would like to take this opportunity to once again encourage and congratulate the Burkinabe people as a whole, the volunteers who are mobilizing to confront the barbarity of terrorists manipulated by imperialism to destabilize Africa, the Sahel, and Burkina, so that Burkina will be forced to seek help from the Assonese firefighters of imperialism, from the neo-colonial Assonese firefighters. They will never be the solution. They created these terrorists by bombing Gaddafi's Libya and unleashing this order of savages. I mean, the terrorists and their handlers, when you want to take your destiny, they plot, you get attacked here, there, at